Welcome to a really quick video about the reading stats that I had in the month of July. So everything in here is accurate except the total books read should be 36 instead of 39. But that's because the 3 books that I have already read in August, I have the titles written down, but nothing else. So no pages read, no hours listened, no ratings, none of those things are in here, just the total books. So we are at 36 books read for the month of July. I only pulled a few of the stats that I found the most interesting, so let me know if there are other stats that you guys would like to see, but these are the genres that I read in this month. You can see the most was fantasy, still with only 27% of the reads. Next was mystery, followed by romance. So I would say those are probably the top 3 anyway that I read. I just usually read a little more horror than I did this time. There were only 2 books. But there were also 2 books that were historical fiction, which is usually my lowest. I had 2 sci-fi and then 2 lit RPGs. And we all know that those were both Dungeon Crawler Carl. The next thing that I wanted to look at was the series check-in. And based on what I read, I am still in progress of 23 series, and some of those are on my 50 before 50, and some of those are not. So that's what I read in July, 23 books that were part of a series, 1 that is completed up to publication, 1 that I completely finished, and 11 books I read were standalones. So I like the way this one looks because you can just easily see what I finished, if I finished any. I wish there was one that said like, this is book 1 of a series, because I feel like I started a lot of series. Then you can see how I read the books. So I read 1 hardcover book, 1 ebook, 2 paperback books, and 32 audiobooks. So if you're good at adding, that does equal 36. Which is the total number of books I read. But yeah, 2 paperback, 1 ebook, 1 hardcover, and 32 audiobooks. Now we're going to look at the maps. This is one of the coolest things to me about this tracker that I got from QWERTY, which I will link down below. She shared it over on her Discord. So it keeps up with the setting of the books. Now, in a lot of fantasy books, especially, they don't have a setting. So there's not, or it's in a made-up world. So it's not on here. So it's only the books that had a setting in our world, and only the ones that referenced it so that I could tell that it was set in a particular country or place. So first, here are the countries. And wow, I read 4 books that were set in England, and then I read 18 books that were set in the US. And I guess it's not just England, it's the UK, but I think all 4 of the books I read were specifically set in England. So anyway, those are the stats, and they are dismal. So I am really hoping that things change. As a matter of fact, I know they will, because I already have a few books on my August TBR that are set in different locations. So this map will start to look cooler, or it better, because I do not like everything being in just 2 locations. All right, next is specifically the states in the U.S. So if it's purple, there's 1 book set there. So I have Louisiana, Florida, Kentucky, and Maine. This is Maine, Kentucky, Louisiana, Florida. This is going to be testing my knowledge of states in the United States. And then for 2 books, California and Colorado. This is Colorado. That's Colorado. Nebraska. This is Wyoming. This is Colorado. Okay. Sorry. North Dakota is up here. That's what I know. I live here and my parents live here. Those are the 2 things I have to know about the U.S. right now. Anyway, so 2 books set in Colorado, 2 in California, and 2 in North Carolina. That's North Carolina because that's Virginia. Wow. I really do have to think about this. There's West Virginia. That's Maryland. Okay, got it. 3 books set in Texas and in New York. So Texas, New York had 3 books. Then these 3 had 2 books. And then these 4 had 1 book. So a lot of books set in the States. 16 total books were set in the U.S. Oh, I guess we learned that over here. 18 of them were. So I want to fill this up as well, get all the colors over here. But that's it. I had a really good reading month. I want to do in the future like highest rated, lowest rated, and all that kind of stuff. Let me know what other stats y'all want, like longest, shortest, or fastest read, slowest, like which one took me the longest to read. I mean, I can do all kinds of stats based on this spreadsheet. So I would love to hear what else you guys want to see. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.